Hello, and welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to start by putting on a digital detective hat with me for a minute. Think of the internet as this vast, sprawling landscape. Every single time you log on, browse a site, or just shoot off a chat, you're essentially walking across that landscape. And just like in the physical world, you are leaving invisible clues behind with every single step you take. But here's the really critical difference. In the real world, a footprint in the sand, well, that eventually just washes away with the tide. In the digital world, those footprints are effectively cemented into servers scattered all across the globe, completely out of your immediate reach. So today, we're going to decode those permanent clues. We're looking closely at your digital identity, your digital footprint, and exactly how you can protect yourself online, while actually turning those clues into a major advantage. So, what information about you can actually be seen online? I want you to really picture your daily digital routine for a second. You wake up, maybe you check Facebook or Instagram, you send a few texts on Messenger, and maybe watch a video on YouTube. We often think we're operating in total privacy, right? Just lounging on our own couches. But I challenge you to consider the metadata you're broadcasting. When you watch a video, you are not just a passive viewer. You're actively broadcasting your device type, your exact geographic location, your specific watch time, and even your scrolling habits to servers miles and miles away. You're leaving these traces for friends, acquaintances, massive corporations, and even complete strangers to find. Here's our roadmap for today's investigation. We'll be uncovering your invisible digital traces, drawing a hard line between your identity and your footprint, exposing the real-world risks of oversharing, securing your digital self, and finally, building a positive impact. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. Your invisible digital traces. The reality of our digital actions is that literally nothing we do online is truly invisible. Every search query you run, every random link you click, every single file you upload or download, it's all being meticulously recorded as part of your digital existence. You aren't just consuming content, you're constantly generating a massive wave of data about yourself, building a profile bite by bite. Moving right along to Section 2, identity versus footprint. Let's break down the exact difference between these two really critical concepts. There's a very important distinction we've got to make here between the persona we actively build and the trail of evidence we passively leave behind. Think of your digital identity as your highly polished resume and your digital footprint as your thorough background check. Your digital identity is who you explicitly claim to be. It's the carefully selected profile photo, that clever username you chose, your curated bio, and your official account details. You might claim on your profile to be this, early rising fitness enthusiast. That's your curated identity. But your footprint, that is the hard evidence of what you actually do. It's the 2 a.m. food delivery orders, the late-night movie streaming data, fast food location tags, your public comments on controversial videos, and the files you download. It's the real-time, completely unfiltered record of your online behavior. And this brilliantly illustrates how our everyday actions map directly to our safety. A quick selfie at your favorite cafe seems entirely harmless, right? But if your location is tagged, you're literally broadcasting your exact whereabouts to the public. It's a highly risky move that tells anyone exactly where you are sitting at that very second. On the flip side, taking the active step to change your privacy settings to friends only secures your profile status. It puts a wall around your data, which is absolutely a safe and smart action. Then there's the casual habit of accepting unknown friend requests. Doing so grants a total stranger access to your curated network, your private photos, and your personal data. That is incredibly risky. Basically, every single click you make dictates your safety in real time. Which brings us to Section 3, the risks of oversharing. Let's talk about the severe, real-world consequences of letting the wrong people find your digital clues. An exposed digital footprint isn't just about potential embarrassment. It opens you up to severe, life-altering dangers. Bad actors out there, they don't just stumble upon your data. They use automated scripts and scraper bots that constantly crawl public timelines looking for highly specific details. They're hunting for your birthday, your high school mascot, or even your pet's name. And why? Because those are the exact answers to your banking security questions. Oversharing seemingly innocent details makes you a prime target for identity theft, where someone leverages your info for massive financial gain. It exposes you to tailored online scams, sophisticated account hacking, cyberbullying, and even physical stalking. To people with bad intentions, your unprotected data is an absolute goldmine. But beyond those immediate threats of hacking or financial scams, we really have to think about digital permanence and your long-term future. Carelessly leaving old, controversial public posts active or engaging in irresponsible online behavior creates a permanent record that follows you literally everywhere. Think about this. Today, up to 70% of employers actively use social media to screen candidates during the hiring process. And admissions officers at universities, they do the exact same thing. A risky, unmanaged footprint can permanently damage your professional image, ruin your digital portfolio, and cost you future job applications before you even get a chance to sit down for an interview. Section 4. Securing your digital self. It is time to build out your comprehensive digital armor toolkit and take control of your data. So the crucial point is that these 3 steps are your absolute first line of defense. First, you've got to use strong and unique passwords for every single platform. Using a password manager can really help you avoid reusing the same password for your email and your social media. Second, enable two-factor authentication, or 2FA, wherever it's available. It's helpful to think of your password as the standard lock on your front door and two-factor authentication as a heavy-duty deadbolt that only you have the physical key for. Even if a hacker successfully guesses your password, they are stopped dead in their tracks because they don't have that second code sent to your phone. And third, routinely check and adjust your privacy settings to ensure only trusted friends can view your content. Now, alongside locking the front door to your accounts, you must actively sweep your tracks. Protecting your personal data means keeping highly sensitive information, like your home address, your phone number, and obviously your passwords, strictly off your social feeds. Furthermore, you need to conduct regular audits of yourself. I highly recommend opening an incognito window and Googling your own name, just to see exactly what data brokers or total strangers can pull up about you. Delete unnecessary files, archive old public posts that just don't represent who you are today, and scrub away any public information that simply doesn't need to be accessible out there. Let's move to a real-world setting and see how this builds, like the coffee shop scenario. Imagine you're using a shared computer at a library or logging into public Wi-Fi at a bustling cafe. Connecting to public Wi-Fi is essentially like having a private conversation in a very crowded room. Anyone with the right tools can eavesdrop on your data if you aren't careful. In these vulnerable environments, absolute vigilance is key. Always log out of your accounts when you're using a shared device. Avoid connecting sensitive banking transactions there. Never click on suspicious links, even if they look like they're from a friend, because they're often phishing attempts. And on public networks, definitely keep your guard up by ignoring unknown friend or message requests. Next up, consider the late-night post scenario. You see, technical settings like passwords and 2FA only go so far. Your personal decision-making matters just as much. Before you hit publish at 2 a.m., I want you to honestly ask yourself, would I want my future boss to see this? If the answer is no, delete it. Digital citizenship isn't just about protecting yourself from hackers, it's about protecting yourself from your own impulsivity. Always think carefully before commenting, and crucially, respect the privacy of others by asking for permission before posting photos of your friends or sharing their location. Use respectful, responsible language, because what seems hilarious in the middle of the night might look entirely unprofessional to a hiring manager the very next morning. Finally, Section 5, building a positive impact. This is all about creating a responsible, powerful online presence. Now, what's really interesting here is that we've spent a lot of time on defense, right? Learning how to block threats and hide our tracks. But your footprint is not just a liability. It can actually be an incredibly powerful asset. When managed correctly, the trails you leave behind can work tirelessly for you. A positive digital footprint, one filled with thoughtful comments, a well-maintained LinkedIn profile, published articles, or a clean professional portfolio website, acts as an active 24/7 digital ambassador for your skills. It proves to the world that you have great communication skills, and it signals to employers and community leaders that you are highly responsible and completely ready for real-world opportunities. This quote truly captures the core message of our explainer today. Mastering digital citizenship is never just about operating in fear or trying to outsmart hackers. It's actually deeply empowering. By acting as your own digital detective, by actively protecting your curated digital identity, and intentionally reducing your risky passive footprint, you completely clear the path for your own success. You make yourself a standout candidate for school, a much safer participant in your community, and a highly employable, respected professional. So before you log off today, I want you to take a hard look at your own digital landscape. Are you leaving a trail of liabilities, or are you building a path to your future success? Don't just close this explainer and go back to business as usual. What is one concrete step you will take today? Are you going to finally turn on two-factor authentication? Will you Google your own name and delete those old public posts from 5 years ago? The clues are out there waiting to be found. It's time to step up and take control of your online narrative. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and stay safe out there.